two veteran players have been released the past couple of days. I think both of them, you can make an argument the Jets might want to explore adding on a 1-year moderately priced contract. Jadeveon Clowney, per Jeremy Fowler, has been released by the Panthers after they spent both of their day 2 picks on edge players in Scorton and Princely, and Clowney is out. And remember, the Jets it seemed like they were going to sign Jadeveon Clowney last year, obviously a different front office, and then he decides to go home to Carolina, and that's when the Jets pivoted to trading for Hassan Reddick. Now, Clowney is 32, so he's at that age where you're weary of that precipitous drop-off coming. Saw with Tyron Smith. I have that same fear about Zadarius Smith as well, so that's definitely a factor. But last year, he gave him 6 sacks and 44 pressures, was 24th in the league in run stops, was first in the league among all edge players in batted down passes, which I only bring up because he consistently is always top 5 in that. It's a nice skill if you could do it consistently, because you bat up 5 balls in the air, maybe one of them gets picked, right? Otherwise, you're causing more incompletions. It's like a pass defended. And his analytics seem like he was an average starting edge. Now, whatever, Javon Kinlaw had decent analytics. So I don't know. Maybe a Panther fan could say he's washed, but I would be. Look, man, I don't think we have 3 edge players better than Jadeveon Clowney, right? I think he comes in, and you have Jermaine coming off of Achilles. You got Will McDonald, who you would like to probably play him as much as you can, skewing towards passing downs as possible. So Clowney comes in, and yeah, he definitely is going to be ahead of like the rookie and second-year UDFA players that you have. And furthermore, to me, this is just you cut Michael Clemens, because he's on the hook for almost $4 million, which you could save pretty much all of it. So whatever money you're signing Clowney for, I would say you can take that $4 million from Clemens and put it towards Clowney, would be the way that I would view this. And I think that would be an improvement. It's something I was hoping the Jets were going to come away with this offseason. I know you can't solve everything, but another rotational edge before, the 5th round. And now maybe they can still do that after the draft with Clowney. Now, next is Gabe Davis, the wide receiver, who's 26 years old still, 6'3", 225-pounder. He had the torn meniscus last year and then an underwhelming season, only 239 yards. Obviously missed a bunch of games. And new coaching staff comes in, and they cut him after the previous regime gave him a 3-year contract with some pretty good money. So let's call it what it is. He's a bit of a Josh Allen merchant. But at the same time, let's call it what it is. If he's fully healthy, he might be the second best receiver on the Jets if they signed him. Between 2022 and 2023 combined, over those 2 years, he had over 1,600 yards and 14 receiving touchdowns, 11 drops. Not much yak to speak of, but incredibly high average depth of target. So he's definitely a field stretcher. And just from, the Jets obviously played against Gabe Davis a lot, and he always seemed to be really good on those scramble drills with Josh Allen, just keeping the play alive and finding a way to impact a play after it was broken or after, Josh Allen extended with his legs. And obviously Fields he's not Josh Allen, but he can extend plays out of the pocket and keep downs alive for longer. So maybe he could be a good fit stylistically. Gabe is just also a dude that people rave about as a locker room guy. So sure. Again, he goes right in there in the mix of who's going to be the wide receiver 2 of the 4 or 5 names you could think of. So I think both of these guys would be worth exploring for the New York Jets, and we'll talk about soon.